the last year, the last 18 months as we got married, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm on a fucking rocket ship that's on a rocket ship that's already left, like, every black hole there is to leave. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Like, we're not even the same human beings.
Yeah.
We're not. Like, we're not even close to the same human beings. Like, you know, and I'm proud as fuck of that. Like, I honor, like, the journey that I've been on. I'm proud as fuck of me. I'm proud as fuck of me, like, to do what I'm doing, right? I'm proud as fuck of her, because, like, we could have the same conversation with her here, and she'd tell you the same shit. Like, it's an exposing game. It's a scary game. And I think the bigger the energy, the bigger the people, the bigger the egos, whatever, like, it's just more shit that we have.
Yeah.
There's just more doors. Like, you know, Debbie Ford talks about in The Dark Side of Light Chasers how we're born into these infinite mansions.
You read that book?
It's a brilliant fucking book. Brilliant book.
Oh, that's awesome.
She talks about how when we're born, I mean, just look at a child. Look at a little baby. A little baby will freaking stick its finger up its butt, pick its nose, eat its boogers, put a fork in the fucking outlet, pull a glass bowl off. They have no clue what's right or wrong or good or bad, or they have no idea. It's just, I'm just experiencing all these things, right? And everything is a mystery. Everything is a wonder. Well, and here we are with social conditioning and programming and schooling and education and God and religion. And, you know, here I was at 40 years old living in a one-bedroom studio. You know, and what Sax and I are doing together is we're just kicking open these doors, you know, and it's terribly uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. It's terribly vulnerable. Mm-hmm. It's terribly, like, humiliating at times. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of humiliation in it. There's a lot of holes in the game. Like, I'll give you an example. We were planning the race. I bought a race car and decided I want to start racing cars, because why the fuck not, right?
Yeah. Right.
And so we planned out this whole year. We mapped it all out. I mean, I went to her because I was like, I'd never done this before. I don't ask for permission. And I wasn't asking her for permission. I'm like, babe, I want to know that we're on this thing together, right? So we planned out the whole year. I was like, this is what it's going to take. She's like, all I care about is that you give me my own custom headset. I just want to be that race wife that sits in the pit and listens to you and can tell you to stop being a pussy and drive faster, and the whole thing. I'm like, all right, cool. So I had my custom helmet made, and then I made her a custom headset that, like, matches my helmet. It's really cool and it's groovy. Yeah. But I remember having this experience where we were in this moment, we were in this dark period, and she was like, you know, we had lined up the jet and we were flying out and all this other shit, and she's like, I just want to know that you want me there. I just want you to tell me that you want me there. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you want me to tell you? Like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to run businesses and grow and race, and you want me to invite you to come? Like, we've already planned this shit. Like, we're already going. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it was this weird experience where I'm like, babe, we're playing big. We're not here to play small anymore. I'm not here to hold your hand and pull you along and tell you, hey, you know, I can't coddle your shit every fucking day and any of this stuff. I'm like, why do you want me to tell you I want you to come? Like, I've told you that 6 months ago when we planned this whole season. And I went into this entire diatribe of, like, what the fuck am I doing with this chick? Like, I don't want to babysit this woman. I don't want to fucking have this bullshit where I have to tell her every day, hey, like, you know, put on your big boy pants and handle your own shit, because this is the agreement that we made when we got married. Like, you handle you, I handle me. You keep your boat floating, I'll keep my boat floating, and we get on a boat together and we make it a big boat. And it was fascinating because we went to war. So much so that I got on the jet with my kids and left without her. I left her. Like, over this race, over this one fucking thing where she's like, I just want you to tell me that you want me there. And dude, I was like this resistant, defiant little fucking kid. And I was so angry about it. It triggered so much in me. Like, I was pissed as fuck. Literally so much so that I said, fuck you, I'm leaving. And she didn't follow me. She didn't come. And I grabbed my kids and people and we jumped on the fucking jet and we took off and I flew to the other side of the country to go race. And dude, I was like so fucking defiant in this reality, and it caused a huge war. And we ended up sitting down with one of our coaches. We found this brilliant man who wrote an amazing book. Would love to give him a plug here and like put his plug out. Fucking absolute, like, no, link it in. He is a true godsend, because I have a hard time listening to a lot of people. Like, you got to be somebody.
We have a coach, Jesse and I, we call him the Wizard.
This guy, Matt, is amazing. And I remember coming back from the trip, and we were sitting down. We went to one of our sessions with him, whatever you want to call it. And we're sitting there, and this came up. And, you know, she's explaining this, and he's like, well, how does it make you feel? I'm like, dude, why the fuck do I have to tell her? I was like, we should be past this. In my mind, it's like, we're building this big thing. And he's like, all she's asking for is you to tell her that you want her to come. I'm like, yeah, but he's like, no, stop. if you ask your wife for something, what do you want? I want her to listen to me and hear me and connect with me. All she's asking you for is this one sentence. And in my mind, it was this ego mind fuck of power, of control, of loyalty. I like literally hinged our entire marriage on this shit.
Yeah.
I was like, if I have to babysit you and coddle you and pull you along, but that was one of those doors where it was like, you know, just run, keep going, you handle your own shit. And it was this moment of femininity that she just needed to hear from me that I wanted her there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I made the assumption for agreements that like, you should already know this.
Yeah.
But I have my moments where I'm like, hey, I just want to come home and we just like tickle my head for 10 minutes because I just want to burn the whole world to the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Everybody
it's
wants to be wanted.
It's fascinating how these little moments and these little things that are so hard,
Yeah.
yet it's so fucking simple.
Simplest thing
And
ever.
it's the ego game with us where we just go into this, like, I was literally a child. I was like kicking and screaming and fuck you and so defiant.
That's what
over
Jesse
this
calls
one
me.
sentence.
She goes,
What?
are you going to be a child? Are
You
we
be a
going to
child?
act like...
I'm a big baby. I'm a big baby.
Yeah.
And I know
But
it.
you,
And
you can't find better. There's no way. Good luck.
this guy Matt's looking at me and he just literally
Alright.
stops and he's like, she's just asking you to tell her something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I shouldn't need to. I shouldn't have to. She should just know. And and it was like this child. And it's funny because that time, there's literally the first 6 months of this year, we were trying to figure out how to be married.
Yeah.
We almost got divorced. We both hired lawyers. We were ready to get divorced. And we were open about it. Like we talked about it. Like we were ready. We were done. I was done. She was done. Like she literally, like we were fucking done. Our little kids came out and they fucking went to war. Like our little kids brought out the baseball bats, the knives, the bazookas, the fucking machine guns, the trucks, the dump trucks, and we were literally trying to kill each other. And it wasn't us. It was just our kids.
Yeah.
And it was like, I went into all of her dark doors and was just beating those fuckers open. And she was coming into mine and we were just like ripping open all of this stuff that we didn't know how to deal with, didn't know how to communicate on, didn't know how to talk about. And it was so fascinating because it was something as simple as that like we used to just trigger me so much,
Yeah.
you know, and here's this powerful woman that shouldn't need some of these things. You should just do it on your own, right? I do this with my employees. I do this with everybody, my kids. You should just fucking know. Just go. Just do it, right? Solve your own fucking problems. We got a race to go to, God's sake. I spent a lot of fucking money. Let's go. The team's out there. Pull your shit together. Let's go. And it's like that moment where I just started looking at everything radically fucking different, right? And it's not ego and it's not this and it doesn't make me a weaker man. It makes me a more powerful man to be able to stop and acknowledge that. It makes me a more powerful man to be able to be like, oh, it's these little teeny things that like
Yeah.
I would turn into these mountains.
Yeah.
And it was just because I didn't know how to do it. It was truly like the little kid. And I think really that's,
Do you feel like you went through the trap door of, all right, we're not ever getting to that edge again? Or,
For sure, get to that edge again.
you know what? It's funny.
Keep building.
I would like to say that we'll never go back there, but I can't say that.
Yeah, dude, this
But
game
the one
experience
thing-
is too crazy, bro. There's
Yeah.
like too much going on. Like the probability of two power playing souls who desire infinite expansion and revelation of one's true divine nature demands collision, demands conflict,
Yeah.
almost like knocking the rust off of the soul.
It's not
like
sparring.
revealing, but it's not sparring, but
a
it's
full-blown
a
fight.
collision, it's like universes colliding into supernovas of explosive light. It's like the only way to be able to access that light is to collide with someone who deeply, deeply cares about themselves and about you.
Yeah.
And that collision is a game of expansion. Like that's the desire. I didn't get that. So like forever with Danielle, every time we would come into this, she was much more conscious than I was, which sounds like Saxon was doing the same thing as like this push of motherfucker, we're going to wake the fuck up, period. So you can try to be a fucking little pussy and run the fuck away. I will hunt you down. You want to get on your jet and fly away and feel bad for yourself? Fucking go. Guess what? I'll be right here. I'm a queen. I'm not going to tolerate any of this bullshit. I'm going to keep fucking colliding with you. And I couldn't understand that with Danielle. So I'm in the same place at 16. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. You don't trust me. You don't believe in me. You don't care about my dreams, only to recognize she was doing the exact opposite, meaning everything she was doing was declaring, I believe in you. I want you. But I want you in the version that God created you in. I don't want this bullshit, religious, political, societal bullshit version of you that keeps fucking showing up. I want the savage. I want the king. I want the fucking God.
You want all in. All of it.
Yes.
And that's the thing that that's what I
just got a
saw.
standing ovation on the show.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
Good job.
The first time.
Yeah.
By the two most important fans of the entire
exactly.
show.
The ladies in the room. Dude, it's such a crazy experience.
Wild, bro.
I need a bag, bro. Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another.